morning, guys. We got a video coming up today. We're going to be painting a piece, and I'm pretty excited. We're going to be doing something in the vein of TCA, my favorite graffiti crew of all time. And we're also going to be doing what I call lots of people call it this, a scrap can piece. And what a scrap can piece is, pretty self-explanatory. You take all your scrap cans, mush them all together, create a piece of art with it. That way you get rid of all your scraps. You don't have a bunch of empty half cans laying around. And you can get kind of creative, get loose, not really have to worry about form too much, just kind of do it. And the reason why I want to do Chrome Angels is, one, they're my favorite graffiti crew of all time. All time. I actually like them better than any American writer ever. When I first started doing graffiti, they were the first ones I saw that were not American. They're French. And I think some German guys too. But anyways, they're pretty dope. To me, this is what graffiti always was. Typical classic graffiti with lots of starbursts and all kinds of things like that. Oh, look how tight that guy is. That dude is so sick. But anyways, I got a ton of scrap cans here. I got a bunch of, half fulls, ones that are almost empty. Got a half can of black here. I even got a laboratory sample from Valspar. That should be interesting. Anyways, so we're gonna go try something like this. Real colorful, real vibrant. Should be a lot of fun. So let's get out there. Let's go do some painting, and we'll catch up with you in a second. All right, dope. So I got some scrap cans lined up. This should be a lot of fun. Got some Valspar, got some Krylon, got an Iron Lac, got a Montana, got some flame cans. Me outlining with this flame orange. Oh, what's up, Inky? Hey, say hi to Inky. She's the reason why I haven't done videos for a few days. For those who don't know, she's 15 years old, and she gets sick sometimes, but she's a sweet girl. There's one thing I love more than graffiti is this old rascally, wrinkly thing. Where you going, girl? Why don't you chill out with me, okay? Anyways, enough about my dog. So I went ahead and just preemptively just kind of sketched it out. And it's a basic old school style lettering. It says red. For those of you who can't read it, the meaning is meaningless. It's just a word. Just like the letters. So we're gonna go ahead and mess around with that. I outlined it in black because I'm gonna do like dark colors for the outline, or for the background, and light color for the fill. So it should turn out pretty interesting. So I'll get back with you in just 1 second. All right, so I went ahead and outlined the piece with a can of flame orange that I had laying around. It was about half full. I was using a Lego cap on it, and for me, there's no better cap to use than the Lego on the flame blue cans. You get really nice, flame orange cans. I can't keep track of it either, guys. So there's no better cap for these cans for all around painting. The Lego makes a nice thin, clean, hard line. It's not slow, it's fast, but it's thin and it's hard, which is great for people who need to do quick outlines, things like that. Great combination. If you like Montana Black, you're gonna love these. Basically, this is my go-to bomber cans. So anyways, I went ahead and outlined it. Let's go ahead and get cracking on that and do a few things with the fill and whatnot, and you'll kind of see how they rock. So the first cap we're gonna use is the gem cap on a Valspar can. This can's about a quarter fill, but what we're gonna be doing is like greens and blues, all the blue and green scraps for the the greens and turquoises for the fill, the dark blues, red, yellow, and oranges for all the background stuff. So that should create some contrast. So let's go ahead and start painting with this. Now, like I said, this is just the fill portion. Don't worry if it comes out perfect, because we're just going over this stuff anyways. And what you can do is just kind of get organic with it. That's what I would recommend. And just kind of go along the piece and just find spots where you can kind of just dust it out, you know what I mean? And this will give you a little bit more broader coverage with the scrap can. You feel me? Yeah, that's perfect. Like I said, just freestyle it, man. Don't even worry about it looking perfect. This can is like a quarter full. We'll probably have to go over it with something else, right? All right, so that's the gem cap. Probably didn't learn anything about the gem cap, so let me do a couple little dots with it. The gem cap is it's a high pressure thin tip would be the best way to describe it. So if you paint freights, anything like that, that might be a good choice for you. If you bomb, excellent choice. All right, next cap. This is flame blue with the New York fat cap on it. about half full. No, maybe about a quarter fill. So yeah, just go ahead and start filling it in. And one thing you'll notice between the blue and the Valspar paint is the blue just covers like nobody's business. I mean, just amazing coverage out of these cans. It's that new acrylic formula. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, just go ahead and start lacing in your color. Probably shouldn't get too crazy with the dots yet. At this point, you probably want to just be blending different shades with each other. You feel me? Just so you get like a strong, cohesive background in the fill. So no worries on that. Yeah, let's get some over here, just to kind of keep it cohesive. You feel me? Woo, this can is starting to run dry, baby. Oh, lordy. The thing about scrap can pieces is you're kind of doing graffiti on hard mode, because if you fuck up, I mean, you can go over it, but you can't go over it with the same color. So sometimes you have to completely redo something, but yeah, that's all right. We're just having fun here, right, guys? You don't have to be so serious all the time. The next color is gonna be flame blue, and it's called Lagoon Blue. It's a really dope color. It's also available in the Molotov line, so I think you guys will really like this stuff. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and start blending it in. It's by far my favorite of the turquoise colors. It covers well. I mean, just an amazing color. Now here's the part where you kind of have some little creative fun there. Just kind of blend it all in. Like I said, get loose. Don't, like my friend Jonathan says, get loose. Don't worry about making it perfect. This isn't mathematics. This is art. Well, I consider it more of a craft than an art, actually. But that's okay. We can call it whatever you want it to be. All right, let me lace some of this in over here. And as you can see, the flame blue is extremely high coverage, much more so than the Valspar was. They really did their homework when they made this paint. I gotta tell you, it's got like the best of Montana Gold without all the worst parts of it. It's got all the best of Montana Hardcore without all the worst parts of it. And it's got the best of the Molotov, which doesn't have any worst parts of it. Yeah, but you're so biased because you're so Molotov. No, I'm not. We carry Molotov because we like it. That's why we carry it. Not everything's a conspiracy, kids. At least not from us. The government, that's a whole nother story. We could talk about that another day. All right, so I'm just continuing to lace in this Lagoon Blue just to get it filled. This is how you feel when you learn how to bomb. Fast. You can always tell someone who's never done bombing before. It takes them forever to fill stuff. All right, up next we got a can of Clash, Pesto Green. For those who haven't tried Clash out, this is a fantastic paint, very high coverage, very beloved by my train painter friends, actually. But the company kind of went in hiatus for a while, so we haven't been importing them, although that might change soon. They might come back. I don't know for sure, but let's hope and pray, because this stuff is the tits. And what we have left on stock is on sale right now because we need to move some inventory to make way for the new Molotov shipment. So if you've looked at our website lately, these are like $5 or less than $5. They used to be like $7. So definitely peep those out. I think we got hardcore cans for like $4. I mean, we got some really killer deals on the website. So definitely peep it out. The Clash is a lacquer. It's very high coverage. A little bit different formula to the blue, but still excellent. The color palettes are very, very, very nice. But like I said, the inventory is a little low on them because we haven't imported them in a while because the company's been on hiatus. But once that changes, we will be getting them in again, I imagine, because people do like the Clash cans. They're a medium pressure paint. I would say they're probably most similar to a Montana Hardcore can. That would be the nearest similar can to them. They actually don't cover as good as the blues do, but they're still well loved and they're highly, highly fade resistant. And I think that's why the train guys like them, because the pigments in them are very high quality. While it doesn't hide as well as the blue does, the pigment quality is quite superb. This kind of reminds me of Juice Green in the Molotov line, actually. Very similar to it. All right, so I've gone and dusted that can of Pesto Green, so now we're gonna try out Valspar Laboratory Sample Flat Color Cool Jade with a German Outline Universal, everyone's favorite cap. So these are some samples sent to us years ago, and they are watery, but that's okay. We'll work with it. The color's dope though. Oh, I already clogged the cap, good grief. Sorry about that, this can's been sitting for like 3 years. I think it was about that long ago when they sent us these. But the color will go well with the others I'm using in here. Go ahead and get this filled in. And I'm not kidding, this stuff is extremely watery, which is seems to be a common trait in American aerosols. I don't know why they do that. I think for like regular spray painting, they feel like they get a smoother finish with it. I don't know. Maybe they're just being cheap and not putting enough pigments in them. There's a reason to it. I think they're just being cheap, actually. All right, that cap clogged. I had to switch to a silver fat because this thing is so old that it just keeps clogging the caps. And so if you have an old can that you have sitting around and you keep clogging caps with it, stop using thin tips on it. Put a fat cap on it. That'll solve your problem. All right, dope, so that's the piece, right? So far we got the fill in. Looks pretty good. Couple things. First of all, I think the bottom part of the D is a little too fat. I might shave that down a little bit, or I might not. The bottom part of the E looks a little narrow, so maybe I might just thicken up the bottom of the E and just leave the D as is. I mean, what the fuck. But yeah, it looks all right for a scrap can piece. Like I said, simple graffiti style, old school. Can't go wrong with it, really easy to do. All right, see these little like dusty, like kind of like airbrush kind of thingamajiggers? Oh, this can's empty. Let me try another can with paint in it. Basically what you do is you turn the can upside down. You can see that, and you can get them. It works best with like a scrappy can. All right, let's try it with this one. There we go. See that? That's how you get those little dusty lines, the little wispy ones. Sometimes you got to get some of the paint out of there because it becomes too thick. But there you go. Just the weird little wispy dusties. All right, now that the fill is in, we can start working on our background. And as you can see here, I'm suffering with this Krylon can. It is cumbersome to say the least to use. All right, yeah, so we're just lacing in the background colors right now. This is Krylon color. And to say that it's cumbersome to use is an understatement. Why Krylon insisted on going this route, I don't know, other than to stop people from doing graffiti, I guess. Hasn't stopped us. I have to be honest with you, the Krylon's actually not a scrap can, but it goes in the scrap can pile because it should be treated as one. I'm not saying to not use Krylon. If that's all you can get, use it. Take some modifications to get it to work right. And even then, the flow isn't the best, and you have very limited cap compatibility with it. Although that can be, there are workarounds to that, which I'm using right now. But we're not going to cover that in this video. Krylon is a great lesson in hubris in business and how you can completely destroy your brand image by going against what your customers want. And I've taken that to heart because we are at risk of that too. Every company is. So I have to keep reminding myself that we're in business because of you guys. Not because I want to shop at Whole Foods. And I do. They got a really good meat section. All right, let's go on to another color. All right, up next we got a can of Flame Blue and Traffic Purple. It's about probably a fifth full with a silver fat, so we'll probably blast it out pretty quickly. But, you know, scrap can piecing. So let's just kind of organically cover the area here. No particular flow. We're just adding color to cover the area. Right? You feel me? right, I don't want to blast it all here. Let's use some up on the top too. We ran out of that other color, so we're gonna go ahead and lace it in. This is Flame Blue, and the color is called True Blue. It should contrast nicely with the greens, yet complement it well. And like I said, we're just doing blocks of color. We're gonna overlay them. It's all scrap, remember? So just go ahead and organically put in big blocks of color. Tie it all together later. Up next is a can of Molotov High Pressure that I have a silver fat on. This can's been sitting for like a year, so we'll see if it actually paints. It's half full, sitting for over a year. It's pretty separated. But let's go ahead and fill in with this in the background. I think it'll look pretty nice. And as you expect, the Molotov High Pressure delivers as it should. Nice high pressure spray, very controllable. God, I love these cans. Why do you guys only carry Molotov? This is why, guys. Remember, this is a high pressure can I'm using. Oh, I love them! All right, coming up next, I'm gonna go ahead and lace in a little bit of this iron lac purple. It's called Eggplant. Yep, I got a can of iron lac floating around here. I pretty much got everybody's paint, really. I try everything. But we're gonna use this can anyways, just for fun. It's gonna go well with our background. And thought I'd give them a little bit of love. You know, I give love equally. So I'm gonna go ahead and lace that in. So yeah, the lacs are, they're a synthetic acrylic. Like I said, just like the Flame Reds. This, I think, is their 3rd generation can. I think when I bought it, it was on the 3rd generation. I don't remember for sure, but as you can see, it still covers quite well. Been pretty happy with it, but we just don't happen to carry it, so I'm not gonna cover it too much, but it goes well with the background, so we're gonna use it. All right, here we are so far. As you can see, very scrappy, but you know, it's gonna work. You know, it's just simple, filled in, full of color, got some letters. Next step is going to be to do the outline, and then I think we'll be done. I don't think I'm gonna put 3D or anything else on it. Like I said, it's a scrap can piece. What do you think, Inky? What do you think, huh? You don't care. You just wanna chill. Oh my God. All right, so let's get back to work, guys. All right, dope. So now that we got it all filled in, we're gonna go ahead and start lacing in our outline. And for the outline, I'm gonna be using Flame Orange, not to be confused with Flame Red. This is Flame Orange, made in Europe. I would say very similar to Montana Black, but with better pressure in a nice color palette. So if you haven't tried them yet, definitely peep them out. I'm using a Lego cap on it, which is actually my favorite cap on these cans for all around painting, outlining, basic fills, you name it. This is definitely the cap to use for those. So definitely peep those out on these cans. And we got some really great pack specials. Be sure to check out our pack specials on the site. That's where all the real deals are outside of wholesale. We got pack specials on, they come with free shipping. You can't beat them. Anyways, let's go ahead and outline this. All right, here comes the fun part, the outline. And just lace it in, simple as that. You guys need a lesson on that too? I'm just kidding. Generally, where you have intersecting lines, I start from the outside in. Generally, you get a sharper edge that way, just so you know. Does that make sense, guys? Work from the outside in, you get a sharper edge in the middle. You can always cut back. I'm probably not gonna cut back on this one though. All right, I went ahead and did the outline, and I'm starting to lace in the 3D. I'm gonna do a simple, just double outline 3D. Basically what that means is you just move your outline to one side and thicken it up a little bit, and that will give it its kind of 3D-ish effect. Again, this is a scrap can piece. I don't want to put too much work into it because I got some orders to ship out today. But I want to show you how to do the basics. So let's get back to it. So we got the outline in, and it looks pretty good. You know, simple, like I said, scrap can piece, very basic, you know, but to the point. He gets it across. So this is all first line done. This was with no cutbacks. So if I wanted to, I could do some cutbacks on the inside, and we can go over that in another video. I could also add some shines or an outer, but again, this is supposed to be very scrap can piece, and I'm trying not to do too many cutbacks on it. Although on the R, you'll see one little part of the R I want to fix. Let me fix that. Yeah, that looks better. I just wanted to do that one little cutback. I could also do it on the D2, but we'll just go ahead and leave it. I think it looks fine. Guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. It was pretty awesome, right? So you learned the basics of everything that has to do with, you know, scrap can piecing, using a little bit of cans here and there, creating something with your art, right? But next time, we'll be doing another video with you guys, and I'll be teaching you how to do inlines, shines, all that groovy stuff, and I think you guys will really like it. I gotta get going, so just one more thing. Don't forget to hit up our website. Don't forget to call us, 206-365-4083. Again, it's 206-365-4083, and that would be ArtPrimo.com. The website that's your choice for all things that are graffiti related, anything that would